Hey, Matt Rosenthal, CEO of Mindcore. This week I want to talk with you about something it's kind of simple, but yet it gets overlooked. It's real easy to overlook, and it has to do with getting things done. I'm going to talk with you this week about what gets measured gets accomplished. What gets measured gets accomplished. So the reason I'm sitting outside is it happens to be Sunday afternoon. I had a bunch of people over, and everybody was sitting around talking, and as usual, I'm listening, taking it all in, and I'm listening to people talk about the lists of things that they had to do last week that didn't get done, and all the things that they need to get done at work next week. Business owners that are friends of mine that are over my house with their spouses and kids, and listening to some of them talk about the things that they wish they had gotten done in their business in 2018, and now in 2019 they're just so busy that they just aren't getting these goals done. These big, as you hear me refer to in previous videos, these knocking over the big dominoes, the things that really get a lot of major things accomplished, the things that move you forward, the things that move your business forward, the things that move things forward for your clients. Here's the thing. If you just talk about wanting to get things done, that's hope. And those people that are around me know that I say all the time, hope is not a strategy. You can't just hope for something to happen. You have to put processes in place. You have to put systems in place. But for you, the simplest thing to do is just to put a plan of action in place that's measurable. And certainly for if you have employees on your team, or if you lead a team, and again, if it's just for yourself, you've got to put a list in place, and you've got to set some sort of measurable, KPIs, like key performance indicators, or some sort of measurable way of knowing that you've made some progress. If you don't do that, everything is just a list. It just never gets done. Look, I have a list of things, for example, related to the vision that I have for my company, goals for the week, goals for the month, goals for the quarter. And so those people that are around me need to work in that same manner. So, I try to mentor and coach the team around me to work that way as well. But what we do is we hold ourselves accountable first and foremost. So you need to hold yourself accountable first and foremost if you want to get things done. And then once you hold yourself accountable, you can expect other people around you to hold themselves accountable, and for them to hold the people around them accountable. It's a series of actions and execution that needs to take place. But we have a weekly meeting over at Mindcore. And that meeting, there's several weekly meetings, but one of the meetings is where all of the people in management positions get together, and we go over every single thing we accomplished in the previous week, and then we talk about out loud all of the things that need to get accomplished in the week that's coming. And we certainly don't want to come to that meeting every week with the group and not have things move forward. So, we use simple systems. We use a project format to get things accomplished. But we put due dates on things. So number one, you should put due dates on things. Number two, when you put a due date on something, you yourself need to hold yourself accountable. If there's something that gets in the way of you getting something done, it's some sort of contingency or dependency, or you're waiting on somebody else. This is the third item. It's very important. It's on you. It's your responsibility to ensure that the people that you're waiting for aren't slowing the process down, aren't the reason that things aren't getting done. Okay? So call them, email them, reach out to them. Could be a vendor, could be a coworker, could be a customer. In Mindcore, that we have a saying that you never wait on anybody else. We take ownership. Even if it's a customer and we leave a customer a message, and we put a note in our system that says left message, that doesn't create forward motion. There's no next step with that. Right? You've got to own calling them back. Okay? It's got to be measurable. So, again, everything you do, if you want to move things forward, put some sort of measurable system or mechanism in place to know that, whether it's due dates, whether it's reminders in Outlook, whether it is having people around you that are holding themselves accountable, and your reminders are simply to remind you to follow up with them. Just putting stuff out into the ether and hoping for things to get done It's not going to happen. You're going to find yourself at the end of 2019 having the same conversation with yourself, and I'll be sitting in my backyard having the same conversation with the same people 6 months from now, listening to them talk about how they couldn't get anything done. These are friends of mine, but look, I look at them, I look at their businesses, they're kind of on a treadmill. You know, they're wonderful people, and they're very, very smart. But these are, you know, some of the most successful people that you might listen to and follow and work with as mentors, or that you might be one of them. And when you're coaching other people, one of the core beliefs of successful people is you have to have systems in place to hold yourself and others accountable, using measurable tools, measurable mechanisms to know that you're moving forward. So bottom line, if you want to get things done, you got to put things in place to ensure that there's forward motion and that there's ways to measure that motion. Without that, there's really no way to know if you're making progress. So listen, have a great week. I hope this inspired some thought, and I certainly hope that it inspired some reflection. And the most I can ask for is that you stop and you think about anything that you can't get done, and then say to yourself, wow, what can I do? What can I apply to that initiative or to that goal or vision of mine that would make it measurable, where I can know that there is actual forward motion or not, and if not, that I can take very specific steps to create forward motion. If this video is helpful to you, please like it, please share it, please spread the word. We want people to be productive. We want to help people do better. We want to help people achieve more, and it's a big part of the reason why I put these videos out. I can be reached if you need anything at all. Shoot me a message. I'm happy to speak with you. I love to coach and mentor, and I help a lot of people around me in a lot of ways, and I would love to help you out. So if there's anything I can do for you, you want some advice, some guidance, let me know. Again, have a great week, and look for my next video. Thank you.